Okay, so today I want to make a video on if people should play GP. Like, if people should migrate from playing global to play GP, because recently, with all the global stuff happening, a lot of people have been saying, oh, I'm gonna move to GP, I'm gonna move to GP. So this is some bullet points I've made, and I have Igne here to discuss with me.
Hi.
And if people should actually just move from global to GP. In general, I feel like people should stick with global. For the most part, just because playing GP, there's so much content, but what do you think overall, Igni? Just a quick.
I think most people should just stick with global for now, because that marble they should fix it in like a week or two. But if you really just want to move JP, I don't see any problem with it. If you have the time to grind it, like no life it, you should be fine.
Yeah, it's the thing, right? If you're gonna move to GP, you have to be committed, because the game is 9 months old at this point, right? And there's so much content that you're gonna be behind on so much stuff. Like, if you play JP right now, you're not gonna be able to do a lot of the new events that come out, and you're gonna miss out on a lot of stuff. But at the same time, when other events come out after you already grinded, then you can do them, you know? So it's not that big of a deal, but there's so much stuff, like level 80s, dude. If people think getting unit level 70 is hard,
Level 80 is an entirely new story.
level 80 is from SSR to level 80 costs 15 pendants, the 50 of each raid item, which is 3 raid items, right? And like 4 6-star books, so much gold, getting units to 6-star, like it's so much stuff, right? That GP has. To be fair, GP does give more stuff than global, just because, you know, the game's 9 months old, so they do give more pendants, they do give more chalices, whatever. But still, you know, there's so much to grind that it's harsh. You know, you need to be committed, right?
Yeah, because the thing with global is, once this stuff comes to global, you stick with it, you already have your account build up as the game progresses. So like, as the events get harder, your account's getting better and better with it, instead of like JP, where I started, I had to grind like a month straight to even be able to compete in the Super Bowls. Like,
yeah.
Hey.
Like, there are cases like me and you, right, where we started playing the game, and we played the game so much that we were like almost semi-competitive by like month 1, right? But if you're not gonna be at the top, you really aren't.
Not everyone has no life and is able to do this as a full-time thing.
Yeah, because, you know, it's like I said in the beginning, you need to be committed if you're gonna be playing GP right now. Like, global, it's been a little slower than I thought it was gonna be, but it's just because when I started playing GP, I was 4 months behind. So, to me, it was hectic, right? Getting used to 80, it was so hectic. When I'm playing global right now, and I'm playing like an hour, 2 hours a day. Like, when I play GP, I was playing like 8, 9 hours a day, at least. Like 8? I was playing like 13 hours a day. What are we talking about?
I literally have screenshot evidence of me playing at least 15 hours a day for my first week.
Yeah, it was crazy.
For me, you're like 4 or 5 months behind. I was a whole like 7 months or so.
Yeah.
There's so much.
Yeah, but we skipped the first point that I wanted to talk about, which is the global shaft, right? Global has been a little weird because it came out at a very bad time. Like, legitimately, the game came out at a very bad time. We've had everything that's happening in the planet right now, little COVID, right? So the staff for global is probably having a lot of issues right now, like managing the game. That's
which is
what
I guess we're gonna talk about this later, which is probably why something like the Bond banner having that type.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that right now.
Yeah.
They're probably having issues managing the game. Like, they were gonna open the partner program as soon as the game was gonna come out, and they waited like what? It's been like 3 weeks to actually make it open. So they're clearly having issues managing the game right now. While the Japanese and Korea version, they probably had everything scheduled for a while. Right? That's probably why they're not having as many issues. Although we did have like 2 weeks of very dry content. They probably were just planning the celebration and didn't plan anything for before it, so they couldn't, you know. But even still, I was gonna talk about the Bond thing. So I think like anything that happens, right? Celebration. JP and Global had this quote unquote celebration of 7.7 million. Global doesn't have it. Global doesn't have it.
Global doesn't have it. They have a
JP
login. That don't think counts.
JP has an actual celebration, right? And Global didn't have this because legitimately there's no freaking way Global could copy what JP got because the game is in a different state. Those 7 multis JP got for free are I wouldn't say fodder. I don't want to say fodder, but other than Arthur, all the units in the banner are fodder, right? Other than the new Arthur, all the units from this free banner are fodder. So it wasn't like the craziest thing, but on Global they wouldn't be. On Global, Kyler Melly, he's a top tier.
He's
So-
still like one of the best units in the game.
Yeah, like it wouldn't be fodder. And like everything happening on JP celebration wise, like there's no way like Global could just get the new Meliodas or a banner with Darriere. Like there's no, there's no way. The
Can you imagine
events,
drop Lost Fame Meliodas the first month of the game?
yeah, like the events with 200k CC for the raid. There's no way, right? The Global could get all of this. The team up raid, right? It's gonna be like 200k CC, I think someone said. So it's like there's no way Global could get this. But the one actual shaft Global has, I think it's an issue that they really need to address was the banner. The coin shop banner for Bon had the text saying heroes will be added to the draw pool, and after the banner left, they said, "Oopsie, my bad, wasn't supposed to be there," which is so wrong.
It's not like the Netmarble we know with JP side, because like I bring this up probably every video, but like World Boss, people are complaining about it, and that was fixed in the same day, within a couple hours.
Nice cut. Wow, I'm gonna have to mute that because it was so loud. But the World Boss came out. People were not happy with the system. They addressed it in under 2 hours and fixed it in under 4 hours. So it was like really fast. They fixed the issue really fast. While this was a big issue. Like the World Boss, I could have lived without them fixing it. Honestly, I could have easily lived without that. This was a big issue because it implied that coin shop units would be in banners moving forward, which would make people skip Bond. A lot of people skipped Bond because of that.
It's borderline false advertisement, if not actually false advertisement.
It is
It's
false
not good.
advertisement.
Not a
Yeah,
good
that's
call.
that.
Yeah.
There, it has to be illegal somewhere. That has to be illegal somewhere, and that was really messed up. Like that's the only thing I think Global actually messed up on, and it's a big one because JP never messed up something like that. It's been like 8-9 months. JP never had something like this, and it's been 9 months. But like I said, the staff is probably having issues, and that's one of the reasons why I believe they actually had this problem. But other than that, like Global releasing the banners every week, I think they're trying to pump up content. Although they could have been doing it smarter, right? They could be not having banners for coin shop units and releasing like actual banner characters and just putting the coin shop units in the coin shop how there should be. But you know, whatever they think is better, they're doing. But other than that, like, I see no reason to think Global is worse than JP, because eventually the Global's gonna catch up. Like, give it like 4 or 5 months, Global's gonna catch up. So that's another reason to
Definitely.
keep playing Global.
I said definitely. No, Netmarble has a good habit of fixing things. I think we give them time, they will fix all these problems. So as we complain and stuff, they'll say, okay, we made a big oopsie. Let's fix this real quick.
Yeah, because they're giving us that make videos, right, platforms to talk to them, which is big. We can tell them, mate, you messed up. Please don't do this ever again. Or they're probably gonna send us stuff like, oh, we're gonna release this. What do you think? And stuff like that. If they do that, that'll be actually pretty neat. We can't be like, oh, don't release this. Oh no, no, change
Oh,
this.
no, please.
So Global has a really good thing. Like, here's the thing, right? They do that with the Korean players, and that's probably a reason why the Korean version is so good. Korean/JP, right? Same thing. Because they actually have like demos that they send to the YouTubers, and the YouTubers can like, you know, talk to them, because we are just regular people. We're not developers, right? So we are players that play the game 12 hours a day. We know like, oh, this would not be good for the game. While a developer just thinks like, oh, I think this can be good for the game because it brings money.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of the reasons, right? They have a lot of people giving feedback. But yeah, I think global has a good near future to long future, while right now it's having issues, which is another reason why I think people can stick with global. It's like a little bit of an abusive relationship, but just for a little bit, dude. It's gonna get the belt, it's gonna beat you a little bit, but it's just a little bit. It's like your mom, right? Your mom beats you up when you're a child, but then when you're an adult, you appreciate how it was. That was a terrible analogy.
That was very bad.
That was very bad.
I don't think people appreciate being beat.
But yeah, I actually wanted to go back on the fact that it's 9 months old. The game being old is actually a good thing, in a bad thing, right? The bad thing is you have to really grind, but the game is so old, and with that we have a big community. So everything that's on Japanese gets almost instantaneously translated to English. So like the patch notes that were released like a few hours ago, our friend Naoki translated it from everything, right? She knows Japanese, so she just translated it, and it's in this website, Grand Cross Database. Everything is here. All the character details, like Arthur just came out on JP, and we have the details for him. So it's not like if you play JP, you're gonna be super lost. Because, you know, if you just use this website or you follow the Twitter links I'm going to put in the description for the info pages, you're going to be fine. It's just the issue of the grind, right? You really need to be committed. If you're going to play JP, you're going to be committed.
The grind is very brutal starting off JP.
It's a big deal because I think...
But it's worth it.
I think PvE games, right? You don't need to worry about grind at all. Because you can take your own time and beat the activities as you can. The only issue is PvP. Because on global, if you just start playing PvP, like Troko got Masters 3 or Masters 5, I don't know, day 3 of global, right? With like level 60 units. Download JP right now and get champions. Not Masters, got champions. Download JP right now and get champions, dude. It's impossible because you're going to be facing people that have 120k CP, 115k natural CC on Champions 5, right? So, the people that have already been playing the game are going to stomp you in PvP. Because not everyone's new.
JP account. I went to ungeared PvP for the first time, and I was getting people like 20,000 more CP than me in the lowest ranks. And I went to geared PvP at gold 5, and I wouldn't get someone at 200,000 CP.
Nah, he was just having fun stomping noobs. That's a dickhead. That's like Aoki. Aoki does that all the time. But it's like this is just a dickhead playing gold to farm noobs. But it's PvP is the issue, right? You're gonna be so behind that if you like right now. I got from Champions 5 to Champions 1 in like 3 days, and my team has like 70k CC, or had 70k CC, now it's like 74k CC or something like that on ungeared. So it's like you don't really need to upgrade against that much on global. But on JP you're gonna
just
need, like,
play JP.
levels. That scared the shit out of me. That scared the shit out of me. He came in and just said that. That was sore. But yeah, that's pretty much the point. I mean that's almost it. The only like real reason for people to play JP right now is that the celebration that we're having is super good for rerolling. The banner we're getting next week is this one that has pretty much every best character in the game on it. Blue DM Meliodas, it has Escanor, it has Derriere, which that's it. That's all you need. And if you can reroll all 3 of them, your account's gonna be super stacked, right?
Let's go to for free.
Oh yeah, and as a login bonus as a new player, in the day 28th of the login bonus, you get a guaranteed coin shop gopher. So you can actually, instead of buying gopher and being like super worried about buying gopher straight up, you can buy the other units and just buy Bond, buy whoever, and just you're gonna get gopher for free no matter what. So it's a good time to start JP. Not gonna lie, it's a really good time to start JP just because of it. And you're getting the 7 free multis from the Arthur banner, so you can actually reroll for Arthur as well if you really want. So it is a good time to start JP. It's just the issues that we talked about. And I think that's almost it. Other than that, the only like other problem we constantly have on JP is just not knowing what comes next, right? Not knowing what comes next is a big issue because we don't know who to save for. Like on global, I keep seeing people saying, "Oh, I'm already saving for Askener. Already saving for Askener." We don't know. We don't know what's coming next. They already hit us in the head so hard because we had just got Estarossa, and I went deep for Estarossa because I love Estarossa, and I love the unit. But a month later, Dariari came out, and now she's the best summonable unit in the game. What do I do? It's like they hit us in the head really hard sometimes. Yeah, we didn't know this Meliodas was coming out. We had no idea. We had zero idea.
We just kind of assumed because of the tickets, but we had no actual confirmation till like yesterday.
Yeah, half of me was like, nah, we're just getting a ticket for like, I don't know.
Meliodas banner or something.
Yeah,
like
after you get all the 7 tickets, you get a guaranteed SSR Meliodas or something. I thought that was going to be it, or something like that, right? We actually got a new Lost Bane Meliodas, which was surprising, even though we had a ticket with his face in it. But it's just that. About catching up, of course, you can easily catch up with old players if you try hard enough. Like, I'm not away or anything, and I already have over 200k CC, which is like, in our group, I'm the second highest, only behind James, which has 210k. But he's a big whale, so it doesn't count.
He has a sugar daddy.
He has a sugar daddy, yes. But you can easily, like, I say easily, but you can catch up to people that have been playing. Because I started 4 months later, and I catched up to the day 1 players. I did catch up, but it required me playing the game every day and actually grinding the game and doing literally every single activity to the fullest. If you can't do that,
it's not for you at all.
yeah, people
that
that
15 hours a day, it's good.
People that can't do that are just not gonna catch up. It's much easier. I mean, you're not gonna catch up anyways on global if you don't do that, right? People are gonna surpass you, but it's gonna be a bigger discrepancy for a while. Like, I know people that start playing day 1 and I passed them and they're still like 130, 140 KCC just because they don't play the game that much. Even if they spend money, even if you spend money, you throw a lot of money into the game. If you don't play the game, you're not gonna progress. It's just how it is.
I know a lot of people think that just
Yeah.
spending money in this game is gonna give you the best thing ever. But you have to still do everything.
Like, I don't spend that much money. I only spend money for summoning because it's content, right? I never spend money with like buying raid packs and stuff. And I got top 20 PvP on global and top 100 on JP. You don't need to like spend money to be top 1% on this game, right? You just need to play the game.
You just need to dedicate to it. That's
Yeah,
pretty
be
much
dedicated.
everything. You just have to dedicate to it.
Yeah, it's unlike other games. Like, I talk about Dokkan a lot, but it's true. Like, Dokkan's a very casual game. Even if I play the game like once every week, and I still am an end game player. You know, like I have beat everything, and I play the game like once a month, once a week, just because it's how the games are. Oh my god, almost dropped my pencil. It's just how the games are. Grand Cross is a very grindy game. Not like FGO, because the game is actually good, and it has auto, and it has freaking multiple autos for a stage, but, you know. Yeah.
The job rates are 0.02%.
Yeah. That pretty much covers it. Check out Ignin. He also makes Grand Cross videos. And that's it. Not gonna say anything?
Gang.
Okay. You said gang. You said you're gay. Okay, thank you guys for watching.